Hey guys, so recently, as of probably about 2 hours ago, I finally tested out the soap spinner that I've been wanting to get. Now, I will say this. Does it live up to what it says it does? Yes, it does. It does provide you with the extra amount of suds, bubbles, whatever you want to call it, depending on your preference of bath. It does do all that. It does provide exactly what it says it does. Now, does it do exactly what you see in the advertisements or on the box itself or in the video on the Be Patent YouTube page? Does it do all that? Not exactly. And it may be depending on the kind of tub you utilize, but it doesn't really do that. Now, if you really want to get that kind of atmosphere or that kind of, sudsiness in your tub for a relaxing bath, then maybe getting two of these kinds of things may may be the answer, two or three of them. It all depends. But besides that, like I said, it does do what it says. It just doesn't give you the kind of sudsy bath, if you will, a bubbly bath, if you will, that's advertised in the videos or on the box or wherever. Now, I know some people might say, well, that's commonplace for companies to do that, to falsely advertise something, doing something more than what it really does. And I'm not denying that. But again, I'm looking at a positive here, and the positive is it does work. The other positive is it's got heft to it, and it's built, very sturdy, which means even if it got submerged completely under the water, it wouldn't short circuit or anything. It would actually still work. The other positive I will say is the suction cup does work. Now, is it a perfect suction cup? No, but it's designed basically, I should say, in a way to where when you take it off of your tub after you're done utilizing it, the soap spinner that is, it doesn't leave a mark. It basically when you remove the soap spinner off of your tub, the suction cup doesn't leave a mark. It basically acts like or looks like it wasn't even there. So that's another positive. The other positive is the motor's not as loud as people say it is. I mean, outside of the tub, yeah, it sounds loud. Yeah, it's pretty loud, as you could tell. Basically it's very loud. But when you put it at the water level that it recommends you do, and you put the liquid soap, which I would basically recommend the bubble bath soap, on the top here, and you turn it on, it doesn't sound that loud at all. It actually sounds pretty quiet. I mean, there could be a couple of times, like I experienced, where you could walk out, out of the bathroom, allowing the tub to fill up a little bit, walk back in, and while this thing's still doing its job, and basically it'll sound like, it's not even there. You won't even notice it, if you will. So so basically that's a positive in my opinion. Overall, again, it does do its job. With those positives along with it, it does do its job. Now, are there some negatives? Absolutely. Like I said, the first negative, the false advertisement. Basically, that false advertisement being that it doesn't provide the kind of suds that you see on the box cover art, or in the pictures, or in the video on the Be Patent Baby Patent YouTube page. It doesn't, provide those kind of suds unless maybe you get two or three of these. The other thing that's a negative is, despite the fact that the suction cup does work, basically when you plop it onto the side of your tub to be utilized, the negative is you have to move this around to get the proper amount of suds, in your tub that you want. Basically, instead of having it like in one area, turning it on, putting the liquid soap in, and allowing it to do its job, basically what you have to do is move it to certain positions. Like you could have it in you could have it in one corner right here, and it will do its job. But then, because it's only utilizing the suds there, you got to move it to the other side, turn it back on, put more liquid soap, and there you go. And then you have to put it into the middle, then over to another corner, then to the back of your tub, and then over to the other back corner of your tub, then to the other middle, and that's about it. Now, again, like I said, it probably depends on the kind of tub you have. Now, as you've seen in the videos, and I'll probably show you again, basically the water pressure we have here is not is not the best. I mean, it's decent enough for a shower and a quick soak. Don't get me wrong, but it's not at the levels to where something like this could make what it advertises, in the videos and on the cover box, or on the cover art for the box that it comes in. Unless it doesn't. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, unless you have a tub or a hot tub that provides the kind of water pressure that makes that a reality, the kind of pressure that we have here in Newman, or where I live, well, it won't cut, it'll work, but it won't be, on that level, is what I'm trying to say. It won't be on that level. So yeah, the other negative is you have to move this around, or at least get two or three of them, to give you that kind of bath that's advertised, in the videos and on the box, with the kind of tub that, let's say, I have. So, that's the negative, is that you have to move this around a lot. And what it does in the long run, believe it or not, is it kind of causes your water, to kind of lose its temperature for a bit. Basically, you end up losing your hot water in favor of cold, and then you have to let it build back up later on. But again, the point that I'm getting at is you shouldn't have to do that, and you should just be able to place this in one area, and it should work perfectly, no matter what kind of water pressure you have coming out of your faucet. So that's the other negative. Again, the two negatives: false advertisement. The other, you have to move this around a lot. Now, there is a third negative. That third negative is, basically, you have to get the right kind of screwdriver for this. And it is a Phillips screwdriver, but you're going to have to use two of them. You're going to have to use a small Phillips screwdriver, the one that comes with those do-it-yourself kits, if you will, and a regular size one as well. The regular size Phillips that will fit in here, that will fit into these areas, will allow you to loosen up the screw, and then you take the smaller screwdriver that comes with those do-it-yourself toolkits. You could use that smaller one to finish the job. So that's the only other negative, is the fact that you have to utilize not one but two screwdrivers to get the screws out. Now, I know some people might find that to be a ridiculous negative, but still, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to utilize one screwdriver to take those screws out. So besides that, again, the negatives that go along with the positives are, false advertisement, moving this around, and the screws are too tight. And you need to utilize two different screwdrivers to get them loose. Well, at least that's what I had to do. Again, the positives, are it does what it says. Like I said, it does what it says. It provides you with the suds you need, depending on your preference. The suction cup does work, and when you remove the device, when you move the soap spinner off of your tub, the suction cup doesn't leave a mark. The other thing is it's very hefty, very sturdy, so that, as I said, if it falls underneath, under the water, it won't get damaged. It won't short circuit, as far as I could tell. But again, the negatives are the false advertisement, the fact that you got to move this around to get an appropriate amount of suds that you want around the tub. 3 is basically the screws being too tightly in there, and I know some people might say that's a ridiculous complaint and that they do that for a reason. I get that, but here's why I say that I utilize that as a third negative. This right here is your battery component, or your battery compartment. So you need to get to, when you need to replace the batteries, you need to basically unscrew those. And in my case, I had to use a regular Phillips screwdriver and a miniature screwdriver just to open that up to get to the batteries. Now, on top of that, to even it out, because in my opinion, this soap spinner is a 50-50 item, depending on how you view, depending um on your what's the word I'm looking for, on your intrigue or your interest in it. The other thing that's a negative is the price range. Now, when I first saw this on Amazon, this went for about a little over $20, as far as I know. And you might say, well, that's a decent price, right? Yeah, it is. It is a decent price. However, where I got it from, it cost me about 30 something dollars. Now, where I got it from was, of course, eBay, so I can understand that. And of course, with any different retailer, physical, in-person or online, the prices, may vary on the same kind of product, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I can understand people might think, well, that's a little bit much. But again, like I said, it's off eBay, and I bought it, so, you get what you pay for. The other thing as well, so again, getting back to that, I should say, yeah, the price range I think is a little bit much, eBay or not, because like I said, I saw this for sale on sale through Amazon for like 20 something dollars. I saw it in other places for as much as I got it, on eBay, and as much as it was selling on Amazon. The only place that was selling it for around less than what I paid for was this one website that I mentioned in the unboxing video, which kind of, when I researched it, was kind of reported as being suspicious, like untrustworthy. But they were advertising this for $14. Yeah, they were advertising this for $14. So, suspicious or not, I will say this. They did have the right price range, retail-wise, to sell this for. Shipping costs aside and all that, additional tax and shipping costs aside, they did have the right, price range, retail price, in my opinion, to sell this. So, in my opinion, the price range, depending on where you get it, Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, eBay, wherever the case may be, to me, the price range of between $20 to $35, I think is a bit much. So, but what I saw on that one site, I think probably had the best idea to get this between at least $15 to $20 at most. So, besides that, being the only other negative I could think of, along with the positives, I have to say that with having 4 positives and 4 negatives, I have to say, like I said, it's a 50-50 item. It's basically, if I was to give it a rating, like let's say Angry Joe gives, some of his games that he reviews or movies he reviews, I have to say this is about a slight above average bath accessory, if you will. And I would say it's about a 6 out of 10. Because if there is one more positive that might, make it enticing to some people, is it's a good travel companion. It's a good travel companion to take with you when you go, out of state on a vacation, or you go to places like, Miami, which is out of state, or Las Vegas and Reno, which are out of state as well, or Los Angeles, Inglewood, Hollywood, whatever the case may be, Disneyland, Disney World. This is a good travel companion to have with you to utilize after a long flight or a long drive, to lay down and soak in the tub with those extra bubbles or suds that'll help relax your body for the rest of the evening. So you can wake up and be more, energized for the next day and whatever activities you have planned out, for that day, depending on, where you go for, let's say, a getaway or a vacation or getaway or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, like I said, it's a 6 out of 10 item, slightly above average. It's a 51.49% item, 51% positive, 49% negative. Do I recommend getting it? Absolutely. Or at least getting something like it? Absolutely. It'll definitely be worth whatever you pay for it. And if I'm Baby Patent, or or whatever other companies I should say sell these kind of things, if I'm them, I sell this kind for, like I say, around 15, 20 bucks. But knowing that people might want what's advertised, I would say, well, if you want, what's advertised, here's the more approved ultra item. Get that for about 25 to 30 bucks, between 25 to 30 bucks, and you'll get exactly what's advertised. And I wouldn't be surprised if it does do what it's advertised, But overall, it's a pretty decent item. Again, slightly above average. 51, it's a 51 out of 49, it's 51% positive, 49% negative, and it's a 6 out of 10 item, and it works. It does work. I will give it that. That's the major positive, is that it does work, and it does do exactly what it's advertised. So, that's all I'm going to say, guys. Sorry if I stuttered on my words a little bit. I was trying to think about what I was going to say and everything, because as you know, watching my channel, I do a lot of these videos without any script to work off of. I just do it off the top of my head and stuff like that. So anyway, though, guys, I hope this review kind of gave you maybe a little food for thought, maybe consideration of getting something like this in the future. And if you guys do have something like this, let me know if it does work a lot better for you, and if it does depend on the kind of tub that you utilize. But till next time, though, guys, that's all I'm going to say. So till the next time I come on here, which will probably be with my package opening videos, take care, God bless, stay safe, and I'm out.